I didn't ask anyone if leaving was the right decision, because the people who love you most will always recommend what they know, not what they never dare to try. I was the first in my family to leave. No one had done it before me. I had no map, no one to call. So I followed the only thing I had, what my soul wanted. This is the story of that flight, what it cost me, what I found, and what no one told me it would feel like to leave everything behind and start from zero alone. But before the flight, there's something I want to show you. This is my orange tree. She's not here because I like orange. She's here because she and I understand each other. When I come back home after 7 years, she was small, struggling, planted in a place that wasn't right for her. I recognized that feeling immediately, so I moved her, gave her a new pot, new soil, more light, a fresh start. That's what we both had now, a new place to grow from. I came back home after 7 years. 7 years that changed everything, including who I thought I was. But let me take you back to the beginning. I grew up in a small city, surrounded by 4 mountains, a place of eternal summer, where the horizon always looked bigger than what was actually possible there. I was the first in my family to leave, not just the city, the country. There was no one ahead of me to ask, no cousin who had done it, no aunt with advice, no map of any kind, just a feeling that if I stayed, I would spend the rest of my life wondering what was on the other side. People say the best opportunities are out there. That's true. But what they don't tell you is what it costs you to find out. 2 suitcases, a quiet goodbye, and the hands of my mother holding mine, not wanting to let go. I left anyway. The night I left, I remember the light, that specific kind of light that only exists in a place you're about to live forever. At the airport before boarding, an immigration officer looked at my passport, then looked at me. First time leaving the country and you're going that far? I didn't answer. I just nodded. The fear went throughout my whole body. Inside, I feel like I was living forever. Outside, I held on to one idea. I will come back having achieved everything. I didn't know yet how naive that was. The flight was 14 hours, crossing the ocean for the first time. I remember looking out the window and not being able to see the end of the water. For 14 hours, I asked myself the same question on repeat. Will you make it? Will you measure up? Or will you come back empty-handed? And for 14 hours, I keep telling myself one thing. This plane cannot fall. It just cannot fall. 14 hours pass differently when you're crossing an ocean for the first time. Somewhere in the middle, I fell asleep. The woman sitting next to me told me later that I had slept deeply. She hadn't slept at all. When the pilot announced landing, I genuinely thought I had taken the wrong flight. I couldn't believe we were already there. Then, turbulence, the kind that makes you grip the armrest. I look out the window, only clouds, and somewhere beyond them, a gray city. It was the first day of the spring. You couldn't tell. What if I made the wrong choice? It didn't matter anymore. There was no turning back. I followed the crowd of the plane by instinct. Same language, different accent, an ocean between where I was and where I was standing now. The woman from the seat next to me found me in the immigration line. She asked why I was there. I said to study. She smiled. "You're going to do great," she said. Then she moved ahead. I had never forgotten that. A stranger, 30 seconds, and she said the thing I most needed to hear. I looked around at the other lines. People from everywhere. Different language, different eyes, but in all of them, the same thing. A specific kind of fear. The fear of being told no. At the border of somewhere better. Then it was my turn. I handed him my passport. He looked at it, then at me. "Why are you here?" "To study." I showed him the admission letter and the rental contract. He looked at the papers, then back at me. "Do you have any family here?" "No." He looked at me even longer. I hadn't even thought about what will happen if they say no. I just kept looking at him, asking with everything I had, "Please, just give me back my passport." And then he did. "Welcome, you can go through." I picked up my bags, walked through the door, and for the first time in a long time, I felt alive. She was taken off of the ground too, put in a new pot, new soil, more like a fresh start. And look at her now. I don't know exactly when she decided to grow. I just know one day she did. That's the thing about starting over. You don't always feel it happening. You just wake up one day and realize something is different, something to truth. I'm Ibe Noriko. I write the side of life no one talks about, the side that doesn't make it to the highlight reel, the part that happens between the decision and the result. This is the garden where things grow, including me. If any part of it stays with you, you're in the right place. The next chapter is already growing.